Okay, so here I'm gonna show how to do a weighted standing spine car. And this is just gonna be taking your spine through full range of motion. So if you think about it, a lot of time when you bend down to pick something up, you know, you just kind of bend and you do get some global rounding in the spine, but you don't actually train those vertebrae independently and really put load in each segment. So that's kind of what this is doing. So this setup is gonna allow you to feel force throughout that whole spine from the top all the way to the bottom. And we're gonna try to isolate vertebrae by vertebrae. And then also too, you think if you do your normal lifting stuff, most of the stuff like your rows, your RDLs is all done with a neutral spine. So this is good because again, it trains those facet joints independently. So what you're gonna do with that being said is you wanna make sure that you really try to move vertebrae by vertebrae. So we're trying to keep the hips out of the equation, so we don't want to do this. So we're going to go ahead, I like to bend my knees a little bit and push my hips kind of back like this, but then imagine it's up against the wall. So like I'm up against the wall, and then from here, I'm going to drop my neck, and I'm going to think about my spine melting down and rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. So upper middle, lower middle, and I'm trying to peel off that wall. So my butt's up against the wall, starting to get into those lower vertebrae right there, and I do feel that quite a bit. I feel a really good stretch. So now I'm trying to hinge or fulcrum more kind of through the belly button waistband tissue, kind of into those psoas. So I'm gonna hold that there, feel a really good stretch in my lumbar spine. From there, I'm gonna try to rotate using all the vertebrae. Okay, even getting those lumbar involved. I'm gonna laterally flex, and then I'm gonna start to extend. So I'm gonna make my circle. I'm gonna go lower spine comes up, lower middle, upper middle, upper. And I can really try to lift this 20-pound ball, and that feels pretty heavy. So I'm gonna extension there. I can feel a stretch in the front of my abs. I'm gonna rotate to the left, drive that shoulder down, and then roll back through. Nice and slow, trying to keep my hips square. From here, I can try to hinge down more, think about peeling off that wall. Again, notice how I'm not moving my hips, I'm getting into my hips. Butt's kind of up against the wall, and I can really try to peel. Think about even that lumbar spine, trying to come up the wall. And again, I feel a really good stretch there in that lumbar spine. And then you would go the other way, okay? So 1 to 3 reps one way, and then 1 to 3 reps the other. Big circle, really trying to lift this 20-pound ball. Lower middle, upper middle, upper, and rotate. Notice how I'm just moving my spine, I'm not doing this. Okay, so you don't really want the hips involved. Try to keep those really still and square.